This is news on WhatsApp Caribbean for Thursday, February 5th, 2015. In the headlines, Barbados receives high praise from Sandals founder and CEO Gordon Butch Stewart. OECS says it is time roaming fees are removed, and 53 police officers face murder charges in Jamaica. In sports, 15-year-old Sims Lim, first Jamaican fencer to win Pan Am gold medal. The details to these and other regional developments after the break.
Double charge. Dirty life. Double charge. Boom. The fed start. The place mad. One flash of rum. My head gone. Fall in the fed like raindrops. So when I lead, you follow me. Lord. As I reach the fed, I jump it up. Any girl I hold, I walk it up. Don't come and tell me the party done, cause I come in here to play bass. Cause right now me, turbo, boom, charge. Right now me, turbo, charge. Right now me, turbo.
The Barbados government has received high praises for their facilitation of the Sandals brand in that country. Chairman of Sandals Resorts International, Gordon Butch Stewart, says getting things in order for the introduction of the Barbados leg of Sandals was not a problem. He has commended the government for their facilitation of the new couples-only Sandals Barbados, which opened a week ago. He says although Barbados has a reputation of getting things done bureaucratic, he and his team could not ask for better.
Coming to Barbados, we never worked here before in any. And Barbados has reputations, great reputations, but it also has a reputation of getting things done, can be bureaucratic, etc. I can tell you, somehow that mold broke. I don't think we broke it, I just think it was certainly broken where we got here. We couldn't ask for better. It was as good or better than Grenada. So from that point of view, we really have nothing to complain about. Every need that we had here on a really tight schedule, people call it fast track. This was supersonic track. We had people, friends. We met all the various people in the government. We know people in the opposition. I think Barbados has a community generally that wants to see good things happen for Barbados.
That was Chairman of Sandals Resorts International, Gordon Butch Stewart, as he addressed the media yesterday during a press conference, the first since the hotel opened in Barbados. There is a call from the St. Lucia-based Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS Commission, for the removal of roaming fees attached to mobile calls between the 9-member sub-regional grouping. OECS Director General Dr. Didicus Jules says, "We are not talking about the fancy marketing glitz of something called home roaming or anything like that. We want the removal of roaming," he said. The OECS countries have been arguing that since they have formed a single economic union, they should not have to pay roaming charges between Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts Nevis, Montserrat, Anguilla, and the British Virgin Islands. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is devoting much attention to the yachting sector, which recorded a 5% increase in arrivals in 2014. This places the country second to the British Virgin Islands in terms of visitor arrivals in that sector. That's according to Tourism Minister, the Honorable Cecil Mackey. Mackey was making his contribution in Parliament last week during the 2015 budget debate.
We will continue to pay a lot of attention to this sector because it's very important to us going forward. We are very cognizant also of the fact that our neighbors want to become major players in this sector, but one of the things that we have over them We have some of the best sailing and diving waters in the entire world. Mr. Speaker, close to 80,000 persons visit our shores in 2012, 2013, and close to that in 2014 as well.
That was St. Vincent and Grenadines Tourism Minister, the Honorable Cecil Mackey. Trinidad and Tobago's opposition leader, Dr. Keith Rowley, says there is no conflict of interest between a chairman who complains of a crime and a chairman whose job it is to monitor the impartiality of a police investigation. The opposition PNM is accusing the Prime Minister of attempting to convince citizens that they should not report wrongdoing and crime. The details in this report from Jabari Fraser of TV6.
The PNM is breaking down its point of view with an analysis of the functions of the director and how they interact with the matter in which he is a witness. A statement from Dr. Keith Rowley says, "The fact that he is a witness is of no benefit to the office of the chairman of the PCA. There is therefore no conflict of interest. The question is whether the fact of the chairman being a complainant in a matter being investigated by the police renders him unable to perform his duties, as opposed to a scenario where the chairman is himself the subject of an investigation, as is the case with the AG. The opposition says, "It is in the interest of society that persons must report an allegation of criminal conduct so that an independent investigation is commenced. The logical implication of the argument of the government would be that the chairman of the PCA and any other citizen who is a victim of crime ought never to report the crime out of fear of losing his job." The opposition says the conclusion of the Prime Minister is illogical, and it's a message to public servants who are witnesses to government wrongdoing that they should keep wrongdoing secret.
That report from Jabari Fraser of TV6. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, the agency that probes abuse allegations against Jamaica's security forces, says 53 police officers are charged with murder. INDECOM disclosed the number of officers facing murder charges at a press conference held yesterday. Jamaican officers accused of unlawfully taking a life make up the large majority of the 84 officers before the courts. The commission says it recorded 129 fatalities by security forces last year on the island of 2.7 million. That's the wrap of news. A look at sports up next. In sport, Jamaica's Tia Sims-Lynn claimed a historic gold medal at the Cadet Junior Pan American Fencing Championships taking place in Toronto, Canada, where 20 countries from the region are being represented. Going into the championship, the 15-year-old Sims-Lynn beat number 1 seed Alexandre Verrett of Canada 11-9 in an enthralling finale to claim her place in Jamaica's sporting history as the first female fencer to be crowned Pan-American champion. The teen also has the enviable distinction of now being ranked number 2 in Great Britain, where she resides with her parents. That was a look at sports. A recap of the headlines up next.
Turbo charge. Dirty life. Turbo charge. Boom. The Fed start. The place mad. One flash of rum. My head gone. Fall in the Fed like raindrops. So when I lead, you follow me. Lord. As I reach the Fed, I jump it up. Any girl I hold, I walk it on. Don't come and tell me the party done, cause I come in here to play bass. Cause right now me, turbo, boom, charge. Right now me, turbo, charge. Right now me, turbo.
Recapping the headlines making news, Barbados receives high praises from Sandals founder and CEO Gordon Butch Stewart. The OECS says it is time roaming fees are removed, and 53 police officers face murder charges in Jamaica. In sports, 15-year-old Sim Lynn, first Jamaican fencer to win Pan Am gold medal. Remember, for the latest in news, sports and other developments in the region, log on to whatsapcaribbean.com, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This was a Carib Fair production. Thanks for joining us.